What the heck is going on, YouTube? It's me, your boy. I'm super psyched today because I got a really cool video I'm making. Baby back ribs, and not just any baby back ribs. Ribs that you can make inside your studio apartment like I have. No smoker needed, no outside needed, no grill needed. Make it inside the house, really easy. But not only that, someone sent me some free stuff. Not just anyone, it's Ren's Barbecue. Ren's Barbecue and Spices brand barbecue sauce and spices. Very cool. It's free. You know, I haven't used these yet. Gonna try it out. Gonna tell you how they are. But makes my life a whole lot easier because I don't have to make this by myself. I have it in a bottle. Same with the sauce. But you're not gonna need these for the recipe I'm gonna show you today. I'm gonna show you, ways to make it without it. But yeah, I'm super stoked. I haven't had ribs in a while. Let's get into it. So what are you gonna need to make these ribs? Obviously, you're gonna need some ribs. I'm gonna be using baby back ribs I just got from Costco. You're gonna need a dry rub. Again, Ren's Barbecue and Spices, brand Barbecue and Spices. Send me this competition barbecue dry rub. Use whatever you got, use whatever you like. I'm gonna be using this one. If you like saucy ribs and not, Memphis style dry rub, get yourself some sauce. Again, use whatever you got. I got Ren's Bring the Heat sauce and marinade. In addition to these things, you are going to need some molasses and smoke. Actually, these are going to be optional, but I'm going to show you how to use these to get, these are indoor ribs. You're not going to have a smoker yet. If you do, cool for you. I don't, so this is kind of a way to kind of get some smoke in there. You are also going to need, actually, you're not going to need this. Again, this is optional. Curing salt. This is again to get a smoke ring. I'm kind of following what Chef Steps has in their recipe. Yeah, this kind of gives you this look of a smoke ring, a little pink ring around the meat. And obviously, you're gonna need some salt. I can't find my salt right now, but you're gonna need that. Overall, pretty easy. I'm gonna be cooking these sous vide. If you don't have one by now, you should really invest in one. It's been a really important tool in my kitchen. So I'll put a link in the description below where you can get one of these. Highly recommend it. But yeah, let's go ahead and get cooking. So like I said, I'm gonna be showing you two slightly different recipes, but the concept is the same. I'm starting off first with the sauce / marinade I got from Ren's here, but you could use whatever sauce you have at home. I'm using about 120 grams per rack of ribs, or a little bit over 4 ounces. Go ahead and set this aside. I've also had really good results doing something similar to Chef Steps recipe, which calls for 75 grams molasses and then about 37 grams liquid smoke per rack of ribs. This is to help mimic the smoky flavor we would normally get out of a smoker. But again, these are apartment ribs to be made indoors with the idea that you don't have a smoker or have access to a smoker. Next, we're gonna cover these ribs in salt, but not just any salt. I'm using kosher salt along with Prague powder #1, which is easily available on Amazon. Essentially, Prague powder is used for curing meats, and we're using it to kind of mimic the pink ring that you normally get with smoked meats. I'm using 50 grams kosher salt and 5 grams of the Prague powder total for 2 racks of ribs. Make sure to mix them evenly and cover the ribs well. After covering the ribs, set them aside and let them rest for 10 minutes. This is really important to kind of get the curing process started a little bit. After the 10 minutes are up, rinse off the salt mixture, pat your ribs dry, and apply your sauce or molasses mixture with a brush. You're going to be doing this top and bottom. And I'm doing 1 rack with the molasses mixture and the other with the Ren's sauce. Make sure to save what extra sauce or mixture you have left because we're going to be brushing the remainder of it on top of the ribs once they're done cooking. After covering the ribs, we're going to sous vide them for 4.5 hours at 185 degrees Fahrenheit. This is going to result in some seriously tender ribs. But if you're more into snappy ribs with some bite, you can set it at 162 degrees, but I'm doing 185. Once those 4.5 hours are done, carefully remove the ribs and let cool for 5 minutes. You're almost putting these in boiling temperature, so they're gonna be really hot. 5 minutes later, they should be cool enough to handle a little bit, and we could already see how tender they are. Brush the ribs with the leftover mixtures from earlier, and then cover with your favorite barbecue rub. You can make one at home. There's lots of recipes online, or you could use your favorite already pre-made one. I'm using Ren's because they graciously sent some to me for free. And what other rub has their own theme song, dudes?
Ren's barbecue and spices. Every bite come with a burst of excitement. Ren's spices are the best of the best. Grill master, so my food never next to the rest. Make it taste, buzz, dance, no other choice but the savor. In this blended to perfection, sauce perfectly flavored. I'm talking.
Also, side note, Ren's didn't pay me to use their sauce. They sent them to me for free. And in times like these, we need to be supporting small businesses. And Ren's is a small, black-owned company based in the Washington State area. And I highly recommend you try it. Back to the ribs. Don't be shy with the rub. We put so much time and effort in, we want it to be tasty. Now we're gonna finish these ribs off. Get your oven to 400 degrees on the convection setting. If yours doesn't have that setting, you could set it to 450 degrees in a normal baking setting. We're only gonna be putting the ribs in for a short period of time, around 10 to 15 minutes to really get that bark going. And after that time is up, we're gonna take out the ribs, and I mean, come on dudes. It looks so good. It's literally fall off the bone tender. And cutting into the ribs, you could really see how juicy that meat is. And you could also see that pink ring I was talking about earlier. You give these ribs to anyone, and they're never gonna believe in a million years that these ribs were made indoors, inside of an apartment, without access to any barbecue or smoker. All right, dudes, so there you have it. Ribs done. They look really good. I'm gonna bite into it. This is the one mainly used with the heat sauce. You can bite into it. Super tender. Super juicy. Really fucking good. I'm gonna try actually with a little bit of extra sauce on it.
Ren's barbecue and spices. Every bite come with a burst of excitement. Ren's barbecue and spices.
Again.
Ren's spices are the best of the best. Grill master, so my food never next to the rest. Make it taste, buzz, dance, no other choice but the savor. In this blended to perfection, sauce perfectly.
Really awesome. All right, and this is the mainly dry rub smoky molasses flavor. Again, super tender. You can kind of see a little of that pink ring in there. Really juicy, really tender. I'm gonna take my first bite.
Perfectly flavored, I'm talking reunions, anniversaries, family vibes, all them birthdays. Thanks to Miss Helen, cause she birthed me. She set the tone for me to bring it in the first place.
Really good again. I think I like the sauce one a little bit better, but it's still fantastic, still really good. The rub is great, good seasoning. Highly recommend you try making this at home. Pretty easy for the most part. It just takes a little bit of time, but you won't be disappointed. If you don't have a smoker, if you don't have a grill outside, this is a perfectly acceptable solution for that. Yeah, it's great. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig into these. I'll see you in the next one. Later.
Ren's barbecue and spices. Every bite come with a burst of excitement. Ren's barbecue and spices.